Alright guys, it's the Wheel Under here again today, and today guys, I'm doing a review on Wolves win over Villa. Now let's get straight into it. We did it, okay? We didn't just beat Villa, we didn't just win the rivalry, we didn't just win the derby, we won it in style, we won it by performance, we won it by outstanding goals, substitutions were great, it was brilliant. The atmosphere was bouncing and it's the largest attendance since like 1981. It was just the perfect game really guys. So let's get straight into it. I thought when the game started, Villa didn't look too bad to be honest. I know we created a good chance, I think, with Romain Sias having the header, and they went down and just put a good effort just wide. So it looked like it was going to be a very even game. But as the game started to go on, I think both teams started to get into their shapes. Villa were going to sit back and counter us. We were going to have the ball and try and break them down. And overall, guys, as the game went on, we started to get better and better and better. And our playing style started to outplay Aston Villa. I mean, you look at the goal itself, Diego Jota's is unmarked at the back post. He just takes a good touch, takes El Mohammadi out the game. Brilliant finish as well. Maybe St Johnstone could do a bit better because it's at his near post, but when you hit stuff just as hard as you can and on target, it's very hard for keepers all the time, and that showed it. And Diego Jota showed why he was the Championship Player of the Month for last month, and what a way to continue it. Then also, Bonatini got the goal. Diego Jota, what a run from him, okay? I think it was Conor Houahan tried to cross the ball in for Villa. We headed it out. Ruben Neves with a lovely flick over to Diego Jota. He chested it down and he just went for it. He was just gone. You know, most of Villa players can't catch him. He's gone. Cuts in between two Villa defenders, which was, you know, I thought he was in then. I thought that's it, he's going to get the goal. Alan Hutton comes across with a good tackle, but Bonatini is just a smart player. He knew that if it's going to be saved or whatever, there's a chance it's going to go to his left-hand side. So he stood there 5-10 yards away from Jota. It bounced to him. Did well not to handball it as well. Put his arm out the way and chested it down. Lovely finish again. Bonatini scored 5 goals for us now, which is... It's just amazing to see a striker for us score 5 goals. But it's even better to see Diego Jota he's just an absolutely outstanding player. And I mean, like, the whole team was outstanding. But Diego Jota is just one of those players. You can come up with all these plans to try and stop him doing this, doing that, but when it's actually there and it's actually happening, it's a lot harder than you think. And I thought he was a real key danger man. I also thought Cavallero was a key danger man as well, but to be honest, I know Snodgrass took him out in the first half, and I think he kept having a few bumps and that, and even Romain Sias in the second half took him out by accident as well. So I think he started to get tired, and I think the knock started to play a part in that. So, you know, but he was still a very key player, especially before all the knocks started happening. And when we took him off for Ben Marshall, I thought it's good to see Ben Marshall have a game, see what he's like. He didn't do anything outstanding, but he was still a threat. He still had like 2 shots. I think one of them was straight at the keeper and the other one was over the bar. But he was still showing that we are a threat. You know, the problem with Wolves in the last couple of years is when we make substitutions, are we bringing a threat on? It's a bit, you know, you've got to have that question mark over it. But players that Costa was doing alright, but I think he took off because I think he had a knock or something. Brought Bonatini on and Bonatini scored. We took Cavallero off, brought Marshall on, and he had a few shots and was a threat. And that was the difference. Matt Doherty, I thought he did really well, to be honest. I thought he had some real sparks in that moment. He wasn't always like bombing forward, but it was the way that he could just pass it back, win the ball off players, pressure in, you know, and it was good to see that from Wolves. And I've got to say as well, guys, how far we've come in the last 3 months since Nuno took over. Nuno really knows what he's doing. He really knows what he wants from this Wolves side, and he's got them playing. And if I'm honest, he's got a system where all the players can play it, and he's got he's got 3-4-3. The players are adapting to that. They can play in that formation, and those are 2 things that will help you gain success, and it already is. And it's not just like the 11 and 3 on the bench. It's the 18 squad that we've got for the match. The like 10 or 8 or whatever players we've got in the reserves. The young kids coming through can also play in this formation and this system, and it's working really well, and we're starting to click as a team. And I'll tell you what, that was our best performance by far. I think we was the best defensive performance I've seen, and the best attacking one as well. And it's the best overall performance I've seen. That's just the only way to put it. And Villa just didn't have any answers for us. Okay, Robert Snodgrass did hit the crossbar for them. I'm not going to deny that. You know, it was a great free kick, and it hit the crossbar. So that could have been giving them a lifeline or whatever. But at the end of the day, you know, it's hit the crossbar. You know, and maybe that's a bit lucky to us or whatever. But it was our day, and it wasn't their day, and we just stuck to our game plan. It went, and that win put us top of the league. We are now top of the league for the first time since 2009, and we've had about 4 and a bit seasons in the Championship. But I'm just going to say this now. If we were to go up, or if the way we're going, I think this is the most optimistic I've been since I started going to games. You know, I was there under Mick McCarthy and that, and I thought, you know, it's great to be in the Premier League and that, but you wasn't always too optimistic. Sometimes we got good wins, sometimes we didn't, sometimes we played well, sometimes we didn't. But I think under Nuno, if we were to go up, I would say we could easily match 8 or 9 teams in the Premier League with our performances, and that's without bringing in more quality players. But that's just my opinion. I'm not going to think too far ahead, and I've got to be, you know, just look at Nuno and listen to what Nuno says. That was one win that sends us top of the league for now. That doesn't matter yet, because we've got to concentrate on Preston. But that performance, guys, I think just really summed up Wolves under Nuno. We play for the shirts, we play for each other, we work as hard as a team, whether it's pressing or defending. And the best statistic that sums that game up is John Wood did not have to make a save. Yeah, he did not have to make a save, and that just shows how well we have come on in the last 3 months. Games like that, you know, when we beat Villa 1-0 back in earlier on in the season, at the end of last season, we won 1-0, but we were still like on the back foot a lot of the time. This game, I didn't see us on the back foot a lot of the time. We took the lead for the next 5 minutes. We tried to build on it, and we nearly scored goal of the season. We had like 40 passes, just knocking it round, fancy flicks, one side of the pitch to the other. The fans were just going, way and all this, and then whipped in a great ball to the back post. Jota headers it, blocked on the line by Johnston, and I think like some shots from Jota and Bonatini came in and they were blocked from Johnston and defence, and it went out, and I just couldn't believe it didn't go in. But if we'd have scored that, you would have seen goal of the season by far. It was a wonderful move, the best football I've seen from Wolves so far, and all we've got to do now, guys, is try and play like that every single game this season. It ain't going to happen, but we've got to try and play it as well as we can. We've got Preston next, and they're not going to be a pushover. But if we play like the way we did today, I say we'll take 3 points from that. Anyway, guys, wonder of the week for this week has got to be Diogo Jota. It's got to be. He is an absolute fantastic talent of a player. And if Wolves can get a deal done for him in January, please do, because he's an absolute quality player. That's it for today, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you're new and you like the video. And leave comments, guys. What do you think? I will try to respond to as many as I can. And I'll speak to you all later, guys.